The ANC is too big to fail. That's according to former President Thabo Mbeki, who was addressing members in the Free State, where the party's leadership has been disbanded and under the administration of a Provincial Interim Committee. Mbeki is in the province to start a renewal and restorative process for the party. What do we make of this and the current status of the ANC leading up to the party's conference in December? Political analyst Professor Hanyane joins us now to tell us more. Professor, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. Former President Thabo Mbeki has spent his weekend in the Free State trying to help fix the broken ANC structures. The last time perhaps members in the Free State saw him was in 2007. What have you made of him being roped in to try and wave the unity and renewal card?
Paul, a very good morning to you. Good morning to your viewers as well. Look, I think there's an element of somewhat of anxiety here that's at play, and it's quite interesting that a person like Thabo Mbeki would be drawn into the Free State issues at the time when the factions within the province itself are somewhat still persistent. And I'm wondering to myself, is Thabo Mbeki really the pacifier who most groupings there would want to receive him, or rather regard him to be? Is he the person who, despite his statesmanship and, of course, position within the party, has the capacity to actually be viewed as a unifier rather than belonging to one slate or another? So that for me is a big issue. At a time when all along they could have roped him in to come in and assist and make sure that there is some calmness in that part of the world, only now. So it begs the question, why now, closer to the time of the conference, and of course at the time when the province itself is embroiled in some kind of factionalism, which unfortunately it's not conducive for good politics.
And I suppose it also begs the question of whether or not former President Mbeki will be able to unite the ANC in the Free State, or will we see those in the so-called RET faction pulling back because of the historical relations between Mbeki and suspended ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule, who also heads to court soon?
Well, suspicions will also be there, Mpo, in terms of saying, is Mbeki not necessarily part of the Ramaphosa slate? I mean, we know for a fact that Mbeki has been soft in his criticism towards Ramaphosa's government and administration. And perhaps it might be seen in the light of saying, here lies a well-planned, well-orchestrated plan to actually take over the province. But then, let's not forget, there are open initiatives coming from the Mbeki Foundation under his leadership to say, if this party is serious about its future, the issue of unity, the issue of renewal, the issue of focus into economic issues, incorporating obviously the debate around the developmental state, must be given attention. So if we are to judge his role now based on that, then all is well. The only problem is the timing, and of course anticipating that suddenly we'll wake up tomorrow and there will be changes in the Free State. I think it's asking too much.
Yes, especially because unity is really a difficult process for anyone to, now put differences aside and talk to each other and find lasting political solutions. Some of the remarks that former President Mbeki has made is that the ANC may have to overhaul or audit its entire membership, speaking to really scrutinizing individuals within the party.
Well, we've always called for this. I hold the view that, look, if the ANC fails to modernize, then I'm afraid in the next coming 10, 15, 20 years, we won't have a party. Others are as critical as suggesting that perhaps the 2024 elections may very well present a death nail for the party. It's anybody's guess. Permutations are out there, and they may play themselves indifferently. But what I see now is that here's a party that for so long has ignored its own dynamics, its own issues, as it were. The collection of revenue, monitoring of membership, party discipline matters. Today you are sitting with almost, 6 months, certain staff members not paid until recently. Some initiatives were made, not relying on technology. All these issues, unfortunately, speak to the deficit of a party that does not want to consolidate in action, but seems to want to do so in rhetoric forms. Sadly, songs and doing will not make a party, but it's how discipline, amongst others, political parties all over the world are shaped.
Absolutely, some food for thought. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to have to leave it there. Political analyst Professor Barry Hanyane giving some analysis of former President Thabo Mbeki's visit to repair and renew the ANC in the Free State.